Investigators say the pilot, Shane Keebler, was killed and 2 passengers were taken to local hospitals. Now, the names of the other victims haven't been released yet, but Rockingham County Emergency Services tells us their injuries are now non-life threatening. The entire investigation into the crash could take about 12 to 24 months.
The hours-long standoff in Boone yesterday ended with 5 people dead, including 2 officers and the suspect. The Watauga County Sheriff's Office tells us Sergeant Chris Ward and Deputy Logan Fox were killed when they were doing a welfare check at the house of the suspect. Deputies have not released the names of the other victims or the suspect just yet, but say a husband and wife both died, and the suspected shooter was the son of one of the victims and the stepson of another. The exact relationship is still unknown. The Sheriff's Office also says a Boone police officer was hit by a bullet during a rescue attempt, but was saved by a helmet that they were wearing.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. High Point police say a man accused of stabbing a woman to death is now charged with first-degree murder. Officers responded to a home on East MLK Drive around 8 Wednesday night. They found Deborah Maxey, who had been stabbed in the neck, chest, and arm. She was taken to a nearby hospital where she later died. Police say John Wesley turned himself into police for the stabbing. He is now charged with first-degree murder. 9 protesters were arrested in Elizabeth City after a judge ruled not to release body camera footage in the Andrew Brown case. For the 8th straight day, protesters gathered while defying an 8 p.m. curfew set by officials on Tuesday. This morning, the police chief said 9 people were arrested as a result of unlawful demonstrations. Brown was shot and killed by sheriff's deputies on April 21st while they were serving a search warrant on drug charges. And today marks 100 days since President Biden was sworn into office. He hits the road today to celebrate his first 100 days with a rally in Georgia. He spent his 99th day in office by delivering his first address to a joint session of Congress. The president spelled out his accomplishments during his address, which includes signing a $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief plan that included direct payments to Americans. He also called on Congress to pass the American Jobs Plan, focused on infrastructure, and the American Families Plan, expanding access to child care and education. And the heads of the NAACP and Planned Parenthood and hundreds of women of color are showing support for a bill that would make Washington, D.C. the 51st state. In an open letter to Congress, they cited various issues like equal access to vaccines, the high maternal mortality rate among Black women, and access to resources for D.C. politicians to address some of those issues. If D.C. gained statehood, it would have 1 seat in the House and 2 senators to represent its population of about 700,000 people.
This week, the list of candidates running for North Carolina's open Senate seat in 2 years became longer. Former North Carolina Supreme Court Chief Justice Sherry Beasley is joining the group of people vying for Senator Richard Burr's seat in 2022. Today, I spoke with Beasley about why she wants to transition from the judicial branch of government to the legislative side. From the highest court in the state to the capital of the United States, Sherry Beasley has her eyes on a seat in the U.S. Senate.
I want to stand for the people of North Carolina to make sure that no door of opportunity is ever closed to anyone. And that's why I'm running for the United States Senate.
Beasley was the first Black woman to be Chief Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court, a seat she lost to Republican Paul Newby by just 401 votes in last year's election. She spent 8 years as a state Supreme Court justice after serving on the District Court and Court of Appeals. Experience, she says, will come in handy in D.C.
I ran an entire branch of government, the entire court system. And so I certainly have worked with lots of people, not just those working within the court system, but so many people across the state who have been served by the court system. And I think that will be deeply important. I mean, those relationships and those skills wonderfully transfer over to this office.
Beasley says many of the issues in Congress are ones people in her courtrooms dealt with firsthand. If elected, one of the first things she wants to tackle is health care.
I know from my own situation, I'm the mom of twin sons who have had some longstanding health concerns. And, you know, we've had to fight insurance companies to make sure that they've had the coverage that they've needed.
With a growing field of candidates, Beasley hopes she'll stand out from the crowd and win the Democratic nomination and ultimately the Senate seat.
And I was raised by a mom who taught me to stand for what's right, that no door of opportunity should ever be closed to me. And through hard work and faith as a judge, I knew how important it was to make sure that every person who came before my court was treated fairly.
If Beasley wins in 2022, she will break another barrier, the first black senator ever elected in North Carolina.
And the race for North Carolina's Senate seat is filling up with plenty of candidates. Running against Beasley on the Democrat side includes former state senator Erica Smith, Beaufort Mayor Rhett Newton, and Greensboro scientist Richard Watkins. Republicans include Congressman Ted Budd, former Governor Pat McCrory, and former Congressman Mark Walker. Now you can read more about all the other candidates on our website. Go to WFNYnews2.com.
All right, let's talk about our forecast that is on the warm side. Now, I will tell you this, as a man wearing a suit outside in the 80s, the humidity levels are lower, so it's not quite as uncomfortable as it would be, say, in July or August, even with these readings. I mean, you look at these numbers and way out of context for this time of the year, isn't it? 80 degrees in Greensboro. We've got 84 in High Point, 81 in Winston-Salem, 82 Asheboro. Looking back to the west, you'll drop to the 70s for Wilkesboro and Mount Airy in the mid to upper 70s. And if you head back into the higher elevations there, you'll see some low to mid 70s in the Boone area. Cooler air trying to get here little by little. Winds have been a bit of a problem. Gusts today, maximum wind gust up to 36 miles per hour in Greensboro, about 29 for a maximum gust in Winston, 32 in Lexington, 30 Asheboro. Tonight we'll see overnight lows at 62. If you'll notice outside, if you've been paying attention during the day, you see the cloud cover going on the increase. We're seeing that happening as we speak. It is the approach of a front. Not a big deal, but an isolated shower or two possible overnight tonight, really in the evening hours too. And then tomorrow, cooler at 77. Remember, our normal high this time of the year is in the mid 70s, so we're still a little bit above normal even tomorrow. Cloud cover, you see that moving across the area. Here's the rain associated with that. That'll be a short-lived event, again, mostly in the overnight period for us. And as you look forward tonight, just that 62 really mild overnight low. That means that's what you'll see tomorrow morning. Here is your long-range forecast. Saturday, looking pretty good. Look at that weekend, 72 and 80. Wow, sunny to partly cloudy, we'll take it. 82 on Monday, slight afternoon shower. That's more of a pop-up summertime situation for Monday. Tuesday, hoppers with 84 degrees for the high that day. That's perfect. And then back down to the mid 70s by Thursday. Again, every day next week, that summertime late day pop-up shower or storm.
I gotta go listen to it though. She texted me and told me it was done, but I didn't catch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Cool beans.
Yeah, man.
Coming back from the weather garden. It's windy out there.
It's windy.
I am migrating out toward the weather garden. There's something to roll the prompter. See y'all later. Bye.
So long.
You going outside, Maddie?
I'm going outside.
It's like a
Why am I
Disney movie.
singing everything?
Have fun.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there's some natural sound. There's just the sound of nature. The sound of nature is back here. This is my first time outside ever. I've never been out here before. Oh, it is windy. I'm gonna stay inside.
I hope you got your key card.
I do have my key card. Listen.
I was about to say you're gonna be in trouble.
All right, well,
She's like,
I'm just gonna sit in Tim
Tangled.
Buckley's seat until
Her mother
he
kept her
arrives.
locked in the castle. It's her first time.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, we can.
I like that shot. Look at that artsy shot.
Look at that artsy
Of
shot.
my pocketbook.
That was your pocketbook?
That's my work bag.
Matt, do you want me here at E? Is that what you said, or where am I? Okay, gotcha.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm coming, Matt. Don't worry. I'm on the way to one. Well, you usually panic, so
I know. He usually tells us.
you're
"Get
a
over
big
there."
you're a big panicker. You're a big panicker.
We need the Brad and Matt cam, please, before Matt
Brad
gets
and
all
Matt
stressed.
Cam. Brad and Matt Cam.
I feel like he can
So we've all talked about yoga classes all over the country for years. We know the benefits, but you'd be surprised how much it can help your kids and really your entire family. Katie Page is not surprised about this. She teaches yoga to kids and entire families and knows firsthand the huge impact it can have. Here's part of my conversation with her, and parents, you'll want to listen up. Katie, thanks for taking time out today. So I know you work with families and kids primarily with yoga, but explain what is the connection with kids and yoga?
So at Wren's Nest, we equip and empower youth and teens and children in their authentic voice and in their leadership and contribution to their families, the community, and the world through the practices of yoga and also running. And we, find that kids, they love to be able to move their bodies and the tools that they're learning through these practices.
So I would think with the calming effect that yoga has, does this work for anxiety with kids?
Yes, it helps with one of actually our favorite stories from Wren's Nest is we had an 8-year-old girl who came to one of our classes, and she was having lots of anxiety and having trouble sleeping at night. And her mother let us know that after one class, she was feeling less anxious. She was able to go to sleep at night. And really that came through her connecting with her breath and learning these tools that we're teaching with mindfulness and meditation, and then also just getting into the body and being able to connect the breath to the movement.
Is there a benefit to a family doing yoga together? Not just the kids, but the kids, the parents, and you?
Yes. So it's a lot of fun. We have so much fun at Wren's Nest, and the families love coming in and getting to do yoga together. We get to work on partner poses. It creates a bond and a connection with the parent and the child. And again, it's just a lot of fun.
It's phenomenal. I think it sounds great. More families should be doing this. We might have to join you. Thanks, Katie, for your time today. So I told her, if this calms kids down, all of mine are going. We'll ship them all off to that. Yeah, she said it really does work, though, especially if it's an anxiety situation. But she also said it bonds families together when they all do it as a group, that it's fun. And she'll pair the families off in little groups, like, be dad and the son, and then the dad and mom, and then the son and the daughter, and that kind of thing. So
this is really cool because it wasn't until just a few days ago that I even found out there was yoga for kids. But imagine starting to learn how to deal with stress at a young age and the benefits it could have as an adult, because I'm now just learning about yoga and participating in those activities.
Yes, and I'm glad those teachers are experienced and trained in teaching yoga, because as I told you earlier this week, I have attempted to try to teach small children just stretching and yoga poses, and it did not go very well. So I'm sure that they know exactly what they're doing, unlike me. Just be a tree. Like I am out here, I feel like I'm one with the trees.
You about to be one with the bees.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
do think, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I do think I got stung, like not
that's
5 seconds before we came back on air.
We were trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, what was going on?
Yeah.
We saw the look. And plus, the bee flew right in front of the lens just a moment ago.
Well, I'm not allergic, so we're good.
Perfect.
But it's not comfortable.
Practice your yoga. Your anxiety will drop.
Ooh.
Namaste.
There she goes. If you want to get in touch, by the way, with Katie Page, it's called Wren's Nest, like the bird, WRENNS. They're located in Burlington, and we'll have all that information at WFNYnews2.com right after the show.
I was really excited to be outside, but I'm done with the elements.
It's a lot.
The wind, the bees.
Ready to come back in?
I need some ice.
You got passing by cars. It's a lot of things going on out there.
Just come
The
back
weather
inside.
team is pros at this. I don't belong out here.
Not tough enough, buddy.
I'll see you in a second.
There was one day some guy came up to the fence out there and threw a tie to me. Not kidding.
Really?
Threw a tie over the fence to me.
Does he know you don't wear it?
I still have it. I just don't wear ties anymore, but I have it. We're coming right back. Don't get any ideas.
Yeah,
No
don't
tie
throw me
throwing.
anything, I promise.
Yes, we'll be right back.
What color was the tie?
It was a light blue tie. It's nice.
Oh, that sounds like a
Coming
pretty
back
solid-
inside.
It is windy out there.
I did get stung.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did, on my leg.
Good for you.
You did not get stung.
Okay, well then why did I feel a sting and now
spider
my
bite.
leg
It might have
hurts?
just landed on
Am
you
I
and you
about
got
to be
scared.
Spider
She
Woman?
stayed pretty calm though.
Was it radioactive?
I
If it
mean,
wa-
I'm
if it was
walking
me, I
back in the
would've-
studio, Brad.
You're gonna turn into Bumblebee.
Camera 5.
Or what's the other one? The Wasp or Hornet?
Oh, those
A
hurt.
wasp.
The Hornet.
It didn't. I mean,
It's a
it was.
superhero.
It was just
The
a
Hornet,
little.
I
It was a
think.
little pinch.
The green hornet.
It might have just.
Hello, everyone.
It might have just landed on you.
I'm back. My hair looks horrible. It's on my leg.
R.I.P.
No,
leg.
I'd rather you not.
R.I.P.
But
your leg.
I'll tell you about it. It's a little red dot, and it's Jalen.
What's
Do
up,
you
bro?
see it?
That is not a bee sting.
I don't
man.
think that's big enough, bro.
I don't think so either.
Get
It might have been an
That's
ant bite.
weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. No, we're not playing that game.
I ain't see nothing. Yeah, zoom in on the drip. Zoom in on the drip. This is a 10 out of 10 fit today.
Oh, okay. Now wait a minute. There's a yellow jacket out
Would
here.
you like a spin? I'll
Come
give you a
on
look.
and work. Supermodel. Work it.
Oh, I love that song.
I ain't got no more steps. I'm gonna give you some steps, and then we're gonna go back.
Little moonwalk.
Boom. No, not moonwalking.
Come on,
Can't
do it.
moonwalk. Can't moonwalk and I look at the shoes, baby.
Well, take off
Oh,
the
I'm
shoes.
sorry. Could you moonwalk in crocodile shoes?
Absolutely not.
If you don't,
what kind of question was that?
30 seconds
Maybe
away.
it's
you gotta go. Facebook.
Bye.
Bye,
I keep-
Facebook. Come back to the TV or stay on Facebook Live. Either way.
Bee sting, Maddie.
It's me. Ride, bee sting, ride.
You want me to take it? All right. So today on U Day, Coach Lamont asked the question, would you eat garbage? Maddie?
It may seem like an odd question. It certainly does to me, but how we think about garbage has a lot to do about how we think about ourselves.
Would you eat out of a garbage can or play in the garbage? My assessment is probably not. However, for many of us, this is the illustration of our thinking. You continue to consume garbage thoughts and play in the mire of their very existence. This means that the thoughts you continue to circulate are not thoughts beneficial to your personal growth. Be aware, we are constantly exposing our thoughts to the world. If you have garbage can thinking, you'll create a garbage can world. Could your stinking thinking be adding to the issues around us? In this case, your thoughts are not feeding people, they're polluting people. The key to good thinking? Consume thoughts that strengthen you and make you healthy-minded. We must cease treating our minds like garbage cans, just letting anything live there. This is Coach Lamont reminding you to have your best U Day. I'll see you tomorrow.
I take back anything I said about Maddie because these two giant bees are fighting out here and I'm afraid to walk over to the wall. Okay, all right, we'll give it a shot. A little concerned. Let's look at these temperatures right now. We are in the 80s for the most part. You have to go into the mountains and the higher elevations before you get into the 70s. Yeah, this thing, whoop. I might have to run away. 80 degrees in Greensboro, no sudden movements, children. 82 in High Point. We've got 81 in Winston-Salem, 79 in Mount Airy, and 83 in Reedsville. Wind gusts have been somewhat of an issue. I mean, winds are up to 30 to almost 40 miles an hour, depending on where you are, but 36 mile per hour wind gusts in Greensboro and a 30 mile per hour gust in Asheboro. For tonight, overnight lows at 62. You will see partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy, a sprinkle here or there, not out of the question, in fact, likely, but it's overnight into tomorrow morning. Not a rain event, right? So not a big deal. Much cooler tomorrow with that high of 77. We're going to let you see the satellite radar. Let me go out to a wider shot here. Notice that you're seeing most of the rain. It's kind of sporadic, right? All that moves through in the overnight period and maybe early tomorrow morning. But after that, we should be in good shape. So tonight, 62. That is a very mild overnight low. Highs tomorrow, 77. It will be still windy as that front moves by. And warm, well, relatively speaking, 74 is our normal high, so a little bit above normal. But heading into the weekend, you're looking at 72 on Saturday, lots of sunshine, it's beautiful, 80 on on Sunday, partly cloudy. Next week, those rain chances, don't let that fool you. That is a typical summertime outlook, a pop-up late-day isolated shower storm, not a rain event. Low to mid-80s, basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, back to the mid-70s by Thursday. We're coming back.
Chilton?
Yes. Two fighting large
Do you
black
think they were?
I don't think they were.
Brad, can you? I bet if you pan camera 7 that way,
Well, they took out their aggression on my
he
shin.
is. I'm afraid to get too close to him. Can you see him right in front of the? Yeah. There he is. You see him up against the chroma key wall,
You see that thing?
and he just hovers there.
Okay, but here's my question. If it actually stung me, wouldn't it be deceased?
No,
Don't they die?
Well, first of all, those don't sting, right? No, am I right?
maybe
big
it
ones
just
don't.
bit me?
They're the carpenter. I thought they're called carpenter bees. They're like big black and yellow ones, fuzzy and fat.
Okay.
But if a bee stung you, it would be a heck of a lot bigger than what you were pointing to.
All right, so tell me what happened.
Oh, there he is. There's another one. Oh, he just crashed.
Is he okay?
He's on the ground rolling
Oh.
around in the dirt.
Poor buddy. I don't want to watch him suffer.
Yeah, something's up.
Brad,
Brad's,
let him RIP.
Brad's hunting him down. Oh, yeah, I don't know what he or she is doing, but Brad, he is, wow, that thing zooms in really. So go to your left a little bit.
This
Is
is
that
such an
is that as
interesting
far as it'll
commercial
zoom?
break. Oh, there he is.
Can you see it?
Whoa.
Right
Look
in
at
the
this,
center
riveting
there.
television.
Well, I hope he's okay.
It's
I
Nat Geo
do
like.
think something bit me.
National Geographic has nothing on us. We are watching the migration patterns of the North American bumblebee. He's fascinating. Look at him.
Ask him
I'm
if he
surprised
hurt
it
me on
hasn't moved
purpose.
yet. Well, this story certainly gave me the feels, and we could all use something cute to see on this Thursday. So how about a baby elephant learning to walk? This newborn at the Budapest is not even a week old yet, but it's already learning to walk, even if it does fall down a lot. But they still don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet, but zookeepers say the baby was born at an estimated 176 pounds.
Ooh.
That's big.
Glad humans don't give birth to 176-pound babies. That's
massive.
an adorable elephant. Look at it go.
I wonder why they don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet.
They can't get close enough.
Yeah,
Parents
that's
won't-
probably true.
Mama won't let
I have
them
no
get close
idea.
enough. No way.
Sadly, I'm not an elephant expert. However, I do think that baby elephant is cute learning to walk, and my sister actually has been sending us videos of my twin nieces, and I feel like they're right on the precipice of taking their first steps.
How old are they now, Maddie?
They'll be 1 in June.
Oh yeah, they're right there.
I can't keep up with the months thing.
Yeah, that's a
11
tough.
months?
I'm a 1-year-old, 2-year. Everybody's these months. I'm not that great with math.
When
But-
they get mobile, it's a whole different ballgame.
Not 1 week old like this little guy.
Yeah,
though, or
that's
girl.
quick. And I just love how the mom is just like walking him along, or
They said he wasn't walking that great. He looked pretty stable to me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
maybe
what I'm
maybe I'm missing something.
look at the
Oh,
little
he
trunk.
did a little tumble. I really like him.
Cute.
My boy's 1 week into it. Like I think he's doing all right.
176. I wonder how tall he. You know, like that. You can't tell by looking at this video. He's probably super tall as well.
Well, he weighs just about as much as me, so that's it. Really ridiculous.
Look at it.
It's really ridiculous.
Very cute stuff.
That's an animal you don't mess with in the wild. You just look from a distance and
Yeah.
say that looks beautiful.
They all look beautiful.
Big fan. All right. That's all we have
And
to
that's
say.
all we have.
That was just real cute.
It was cute.
It
I like
certainly
it.
made me smile.
And we're out.
We'll see you on Facebook.
Yeah, come talk to us. Maddie's getting attacked by bumblebees.
That was one time. But I'm glad to see you've accepted the narrative. Okay. A woman on our Facebook stream named Lynn Marie Smith is giving us some great information. That is a wood boring bee, and they don't sting. So I didn't get stung by that
fair warning.
bee.
You might want to kill my mic.
Thank you, Brad, for leaving his microphone up so we
Sorry.
can hear that.
Sneezed all in my
Bless you,
ear.
Chilton.
I said I gave him warning.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so I didn't get stung by that particular bee. I still think something bit or stung me.
It just
but
landed on you. You got a little scared.
Could be an ant bite. That's what I think.
An ant bite.
At least the pigeon didn't poop on you.
See,
Facebook, tell everybody what people are missing if they don't watch the Facebook
are
side
y'all
of the show.
swatting bees?
Seriously.
The control room has been attacked by bees.
It's interesting. I like it. Y'all could have a career in Hollywood.
What is the
Nominate
what is
you
a
for an
person that
Oscar.
studies bees? Is that a biologist? What is the proper term?
There is
A beekeeper.
Let's see.
An entomologist studies bugs. Is that the same thing?
I don't know. I feel like there's a
Someone who
specific.
studies bees is a apiologist.
What do you what?
An apiologist.
can't
Oh,
hear-
but then there's this word. Melitology.
Melitology?
We'll work on that and bring
I'm
it to
working
you
on it.
next.
So
next break.
apiology is the scientific study of honeybees.
Okay. Specific bees. So what about your wood boring?
I'm not sure, but thank you. Thank you for that information.
Make you smarter.
Lynn. I appreciate it.
Make
you
you
made
smarter.
me smarter today. I'm glad I didn't get stung. I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Want my mama.
I am not bringing home a baby bumblebee. I've got enough babies in my house as it is, but this is my...
Welcome back to your 4 to 5. Time to play the back nine, Jalen. We got our clubs out.
We shot 50 on the front.
Ready to
Not
roll.
great.
I wish. Eric, Lauren, Jalen, Maddie, we are ready for 30 more minutes.
Yes, we are. And if you're just joining us, be sure you head on over to the Facebook live stream. We chat with you during the commercial breaks. And today's discussion is all about bees. It's quite entertaining.
It's pretty interesting, and we have some good video with that as well. So make sure you join us. But first, let's get into the newest information with some of our data on coronavirus numbers across the state. So it relates to the percentage of tests coming back positive. The latest number reported by the state is 4.5%. It's the lowest percent positive we've seen since April 7th. So that's nearly 3 weeks ago. It's also the first time in a week we've dropped below the state's goal of 5%. So remember, this is one of the metrics the governor says he's using to make decisions about restrictions.
That sound means it is time to verify. I'm Megan Malaris. Signed, sealed, and delivered with COVID-19. We're reopening a claim about your mail amid the ongoing pandemic. Teresa Wilson asked, why has no one mentioned the fact people still lick their envelopes and want to hand them to a postal clerk? She said she's a postal clerk and asked, isn't this unsanitary? Let's verify. Our sources for this are the Centers for Disease Control, a National Institutes of Health study on COVID and surfaces, and Wake Forest Health infectious disease physician Dr. Chris Uhl. We got a similar question during Christmas time last year with holiday cards. We found a National Institutes of Health study that looked at how the virus spreads on different surfaces. It found the virus can live on paper products like cardboard for up to 24 hours, but has no infection capability on that surface. The CDC also concluded includes touching surfaces, is not the main means of transmission. That said, Dr. Uhl understands viewer Teresa's concern about handling freshly sealed mail.
Now, licking in an envelope is directly putting saliva on the envelope. The virus isn't going to last long in that environment. After, a few minutes to an hour or two, its transmissibility is basically nil. However, if you're going to lick an envelope and directly give it to somebody who then is ungloved and then for some reason wipes their face, I guess there's a potential for transmission in that section.
However, he said it's probably not a major concern or health threat. For postal workers like Teresa, wearing gloves and washing hands can reduce any threat of transmission. So we can verify, yes, it's true. Licking an envelope is unsanitary for the postal worker, but simple precautions can mitigate that risk. Just be considerate of your postal employees and maybe seal the envelope at home with a sponge or a sticker instead of your saliva. If you have a verifying inquiry, submit a post screenshot or selfie video to my Facebook page, Megan Malaris News, or email or tweet it to me. Let me get your questions verified.
Earlier this afternoon, Greensboro's Country Park closed for a few hours when a park employee was hurt in an accident involving a lawnmower. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey was on scene at Country Park and has been following this story all day. Jalen, what's the latest?
Well, according to Greensboro police, there was a lawnmower incident involving a park employee around 9:30 this morning. It happened at the Nathaniel Green entrance of Country Park. I spoke with a different park employee off camera, and he told me that the man was cutting grass and somehow fell off of the riding lawnmower and sustained some type of injury to his lower body. The park employee and police did not give any specifics about the injury. However, officials told me the man went to the hospital in critical condition. Country Park was closed for a few hours and has since reopened at about noon. Right now, we still haven't received any more updates on the current condition of the park worker who was hurt, but we will continue to check for updates. Stick with us on air and online at WFMYnews2.com for new developments.
All right, let's jump into some of your headlines with your 4 to 5 roundup. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits dropped last week to the lowest level since the pandemic began. The Labor Department reports jobless claims dropped 13,000 to 553,000 as the economy continues to heal. Jobless claims have fallen sharply over the past year, but they remain well above the 230,000 weekly figure typically held before the pandemic struck in March of last year. And the U.S. is sending more than $100 million worth of supplies to help India fight a surge of coronavirus cases. The country is facing the world's worst outbreak of the virus as the death toll now stands at over 200,000. The U.S. shipment includes essentials like rapid COVID tests, masks for frontline workers, and other countries like Russia and Britain are sending medicine and ventilators. The U.S. is advising American citizens to leave India, warning that access to medical care is becoming severely limited during the outbreaks. And Moderna says new research shows its COVID vaccine can be stored at refrigerator temperatures for 3 months. The vaccine was previously approved to be refrigerated for up to 30 days and up to 7 months in freezer temperatures at -4 degrees Fahrenheit. If this new refrigeration standard gets approval from the FDA, it could help to facilitate distribution of the vaccine to doctors' offices and more rural environments.
Yeah, you can hear the wind blowing, and we'll pick it up on the microphone every now and again. Wind gusts today upwards of anywhere from 20 to about 35, 36 miles per hour. Winds probably staying with us as we head into the overnight period, and maybe part of the day tomorrow. We're hoping by Friday evening things will start to relax a little bit as high pressure moves in, kind of takes over. But 37 mile an hour wind gusts in Burlington, 36 in Greensboro. If you head east and head closer to the Raleigh-Durham area, they're up to about a 40-mile wind gust today. I'm sure those planes were having a good time at RDU. 62 will be our low tonight, partly cloudy. You could see an isolated sprinkle here or there. That's a very mild overnight low. We'll hit that in the morning hours. Then 77, windy and still a little bit above normal. We should be in the mid 70s. We'll be in the upper 70s tomorrow. Let's show you the big picture here. Here's the frontal boundary that'll move through overnight. As that goes through, again, an isolated sprinkle or two. No deal. Here's what it looks like with Futurecast. That front moving through in the overnight periods, and you can see as that pushes on to the east, the winds will start to die down a little bit. It may take us into Saturday for that to happen, but hopefully by Friday night, that high pressure moves into place and keeps us clear. It's a clear weekend, but a tale of two different days when it comes to temperatures. When that high is back to the left, then we'll get more of a northerly flow. It'll drop us down to the low 70s for Saturday, but as it moves on to the east, we'll see just the opposite. Winds shift out of the south and a much warmer Sunday. Here's what it looks like: 72 and 80, sunny to partly cloudy Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, way above normal, low to mid 80s. Hoppers playing the first game there on Tuesday. And then by Thursday, that system moves by 74 for the high. Again, every day a slight chance of a pop-up late day shower or storm for Monday through Thursday of next week.
Well, we are just a few hours away from knowing who will be one of the newest Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers will pick the 8th player in the 2021 draft tonight.
Of course, there are always huge implications with picking a player in the top 10. So who will the Panthers end up taking? We think our photojournalist, Sean Higgins, just might have the answer.
New Panthers GM Scott Fitterer said they wanted to enter the draft with as few needs as possible to keep their options open, and they've done just that. So who will the Panthers select with the 8th overall pick? They could address the offensive line by taking one of the top 2 tackle prospects, or they could add to their defense by selecting who they feel is the best cornerback in the draft. And even though they traded for Sam Darnold, they may take a swing at a quarterback if the right guy falls to them. It all comes down to what happens with those 7 picks before the Panthers, and if you're looking at mock drafts to find the answer, you're not looking in the right place. I took a look at the last 3 years of first-round mock drafts from 4 top NFL and draft insiders: ESPN's Mel Kiper and Todd McShay, NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah, and Peter King, longtime NFL insider. On average, they correctly predicted just about 7 picks in a given draft. That's less than 25%. When expanding the field beyond those 4, the average number of correct predictions drops almost an entire point to just under 6, according to data from fantasypros.com. That's an average hit rate of just 18%, which is almost literally a roll of the die, which means mock drafts just aren't that good at predicting the future. The Panthers have a lot of flexibility with that 8th pick, and I don't know who they will choose or who will even be there, but if I'm making that decision and Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields is there, I can't pass him up.
Yes, I'm absolutely.
So, go ahead, Jalen, go ahead.
I was about to say, I'm with you though. If the Panthers have the opportunity to jump on Justin Fields, I think it's probably the best move to make. You got Sam Darnold for at least another year, haven't picked up his 5th-year option yet. But I do know having a backup plan is always a good idea, especially when you're not sold on your first option.
Yeah, I love Justin Fields, but there's so many directions not only the Panthers can go in this draft, but every team. I mean, the Panthers probably wish they were picking first so they could control the board, but now they just kind of have to sit back and wait. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight.
I would like to draft Eric Chilton into this conversation because I don't have too much to say.
O-line is up there. Obviously, you don't do that probably first pick, but
Yeah.
they got to have somebody on the line. But I think a backup quarterback, right? I mean, am I wrong about that?
No, I think you're absolutely right. The offensive line, no matter who's playing quarterback, you got to be able to protect him. And so the offensive line is definitely a huge need. And there's some interesting prospects right up there early. But I think if they don't get the person they want, the best thing is always just trade down, get more picks, get more players, and just keep chugging along.
The only sure thing is Trevor Lawrence will be in Jacksonville. That's probably about the only thing that's a sure bet.
That's pretty much the only sure thing. There's a lot of misdirection and Patriot-esque espionage going on around this time of year for the NFL.
Patriots.
And another thing, just to add, I know the Panthers got a lot of holes on defense as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of different directions that we can go. Just like you said in your piece, Sean, I mean, we can go linebacker, we can go defensive back, corner, maybe tackle. Just a lot of options, as well as the backup quarterback route as well. So you never know. They're in a pretty good spot with a good pick in the top 10. Just a whole bunch of options on the board for the night. Got to see how the board falls.
Well, one thing I'll add to this conversation is in my short amount of time here, I know people in North Carolina love their basketball, so I'm excited to see this upcoming football season.
Yeah, I love watching the Panthers. I really enjoy going to football games and watching them. I just don't know the nitty-gritty of the NFL draft. So I don't feel like I'm offering too much to this conversation. But I am really good at shaking my head, yes.
I got a question for you, Maddie.
Exactly.
Yes. Have you watched the game since Luke Kuechly retired?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah. She'll say that's about all I have to
we'll
say
be right
about
back.
that. Yes, that's a good thing to say.
We'll be right back. Come join us
Thank
on
you, Lauren.
Facebook.
Hi, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. They forever go together like a classic combination. What a dark, delicious cookie.
I'm texting my mama, y'all. I know that was riveting conversation for Facebook. Texting my mama.
I have some good bee jokes in the Facebook chat.
I met
What? Are y'all ready?
No critiques from my mom yet today.
What do you think about that?
I think I'm
Is that
doing
good
all
or
right.
bad?
She said no. She actually said you're coming along very nicely, and she likes my outfit.
Well, nice.
I know. These are great things.
Did you hear Matt, Jalen, our producer? He said,
Well,
liar.
I don't listen to Matt. I barely listen to Matt when he tells me to rap.
You can roll through? Okay, that'd be great. Thanks.
I have bee jokes from Jay on our Facebook stream. Are you ready?
Jokes.
Okay.
I like
What?
these.
Got jokes.
What do you call a bee with messy hair?
What?
A frisbee.
Yeah, that was a stinker, Jay.
I like that one. Yeah, you can take me out of the show if you want, Matt. It's your call. Our producer just said, can we take Maddie out of the next block?
Well, she does have lines. in
Jay
this.
also said, what does a bee use to style
said
her
he'll leave
hair? What does a bee use to style her hair?
I think I got
A
this.
honeycomb.
Her honeycomb.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more. Why did the bee go to the dermatologist?
Don't know that one.
He had hives.
Oh, yeah.
Do you go to the dermatologist for hives? If they don't
It's
go away, I
funny.
guess.
It's funny.
That is funny.
I'm just asking.
That is funny.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Do you need a weed?
Nope. Leslie
It's
says
Tanya
she's going
time,
to run it
y'all.
for me. But I do need Maddie.
I'm
Uh-oh.
here.
Oh, so
at
what?
See?
Huh?
At Y?
Where'd that be?
Did I get
Chilton.
cut?
That's why. I'll
Like
go
this?
to
I was cut from
W.
the team.
Well, is it at W? I don't know.
Okay.
Where is everybody supposed to be?
He said me here.
I'm at camera
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I got
me eat.
cut.
Yeah.
We'll get it together.
No,
I can't.
Jalen.
I'm gonna let you have this just in case.
No, they will not, Matt. Absolutely right.
But Leslie's rolling.
Okay.
apparently.
This is not. See you in a second.
We just did a story on mail, and I wanted you to see this, how remote America gets its mail. Water delivery in Alabama, mule transportation in the Grand Canyon, mail boat in the Chesapeake Bay, and snowmobiles in Alaska, Colorado, Minnesota, Montana, Utah, and Wisconsin. All right, here's what it looks like in reality, folks. Seriously. This is the United States Post Office pic of the pack mules carrying the mail. When I hiked the Grand Canyon a few years back, I got to see it for myself. Yes, those are the mules on the trail.
Okay, I've never seen a literal pack mule. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's for real. And I know it's a little crazy to think that that's how it actually works, right?
Yeah, you know, I've done a lot of hiking myself, but I've never seen anything like that. I've seen waterfalls, I've seen even monkeys, but not mules.
Pack mule, not a
carrying
mule.
packages.
Yeah, carrying the mail. What were you going to say, Maddie?
Pack mules.
Pack mules,
Yeah.
yeah, for real. All right, so these are all normal, old schoolish ways to get around. Chilton, this next one, though, is for you because it is high tech and it deals with food delivery.
Ooh, yes and yes, please.
Yeah, he's in. Okay, I figured he would be. All right, so take a look. This is a drone that delivers Girl Scout cookies. A Google affiliate is using the drone to bring the highly coveted Thin Mints and those peanut butter patties right to you. The company told the Associated Press that they heard from the Girl Scout troops who are really having trouble selling and delivering their cookies during the pandemic. So where is the cookie drone experiment happening? Any guesses, friends?
California.
That's a good guess.
Texas.
Texas.
Also
I'll
a
go
good
with
guess.
California also on that one.
Get ready for it because it is just 30 minutes from our state line,
What?
right
Oh.
in Virginia. The company is in the town of Christiansburg, which is right under Blacksburg. Right? Blacksburg. Yes. Okay. And so it has actually been drone delivering everything from coffee to prescriptions in the last year. What do you all think about that? You got lots of things delivered this year.
I love that idea.
Got everything delivered this year.
I love that idea, and I didn't get my Girl Scout cookies this year, so I'd love to get it drone delivered.
You know, they say that good things fall from the sky, like little blessings.
True.
Thin mints.
There's a
Samoas.
verse in there somewhere.
Do-si-do.
Yeah.
I want to see a little drone just dropping cookies and everybody's trying to catch them with their mouths. That would be my dream.
One cookie at a time,
Yeah,
right?
one at a time,
Raining
yes.
cookies.
Okay. I know a few folks who would like to trade places with those cookies, right? And start traveling by air themselves. So let's get to this. We do have a travel expert in to take your questions. Should you buy travel insurance? What kinds of protocols are being put in place for cruises this summer? You can text your questions 336-379-5775.
Brad, you are a hater.
He's a truther.
Nothing. I said,
You
I know
are
you're going
a
to let me stay in
hater,
every weather.
Brad.
Just kidding.
He's a truther.
A truth there.
Are you saying my
Nah, it's
joke was
okay.
bad? Is that what that womp 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 was?
Your jokes, they don't always make a perfect
I'm
landing.
not worried about it.
I thought it was cute, Maddie.
No,
Look.
I think she was pack mule. That was a stinker.
What's for dinner, everyone?
Well, that's what I was just
I
texting
made
Leslie about.
salmon patties with bacon last night.
I saw that post
Salmon
on Facebook.
patties with bacon.
I put
Yum.
the salmon patties in the air fryer.
Gosh, that sounds
Good.
good.
Yeah, I got them from Harris Teeter.
The teeter.
That sounds good. I'm not allowing myself to spend money until tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm poor.
So I will be having the frozen pizza in my freezer, which I always enjoy.
What's your favorite type of pizza?
I like, well, the frozen kind, I really do like the barbecue chicken one.
Ooh, with the onions on it.
Is it California Pizza Kitchen?
It is CPK.
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 I love CPK. Have you all ever been to the actual restaurant?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there one here?
No.
Oh.
No, I think the closest one is in Durham.
Okay.
Only one well, not the only one. Last one I went to was back home in St. Louis.
Yeah, they have one in Virginia, like Tyson's Corner.
Ooh, Tyson. I heard that's swanky.
Yeah, it's a
Swanky.
nice mall shopping area.
Leslie, I'm gonna need you to come take my picture eventually. I don't know if I want to do it right now.
Why?
You say what? No, but it might be today.
First time in a suit.
First time in the new suit.
Why are you taking your picture, Jay?
I'm in my spot. Because this fit is 10 out of 10, bro.
Because this fit, if
I don't know.
I had 1 ounce of Jalen's confidence, I'm not saying
Oh,
it's
is confidence the word?
unwarranted.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
Is that what it is?
You do look fresh today. I'm
you
just
wanna know-
saying, I wish I had just a
Nah,
little
because
bit
y'all know
of it.
sometimes I'll be a little leery on my.
Or you want to alone?
If you want to know how good Jalen is,
I don't know,
just
I ain't
ask him.
Remember he said he was too pretty for mud?
Yes!
For the mud run?
For the mud run, absolutely. No, that's good. Thank you.
Kid.
Just
If you
put
know,
a
you
sh-
know.
Just put a shower
If you don't,
cap
you
on,
broke.
you'll be okay.
I'm not doing no mud run. It's not happening. Sorry.
Those poor charities.
I'll donate. It's fine. Like,
Look at Brad. What was that?
if you don't, you broke. I'm telling you.
Some would say it's a strange time to open a business, or is it? Financial experts are dissecting this ever-changing situation, it seems, month to month. I spoke with Patrick Watterson. He's opening a new brewery next month, and he and his team say that it was an unusual adventure that they hope will more than pay off. Patrick, I know, you and I were talking before we started recording. It's a big decision to start a business right now. Even though the pandemic may be kind of coming under control, we're not there yet. So let's talk about the process of starting this business during all this mess.
Well, definitely challenges with this, obviously being shut down and people locked up in the homes really delayed everybody working, from vendors to even impacts from getting materials in. We had to wait a long time to get garage doors because they were made in China, and of course everything shut down with that. So definitely challenges with that. Also personnel, being able to get the people in to do the work has been a challenge as well.
So now you're hoping to open next month. What makes your brewery different from all the others out there, do you think?
Well, we're actually going to be the first microbrewery in downtown High Point, kind of at the core around the High Point Rockers and where the development is. So we're excited to kind of be the first in, so to speak, as far as starting to build downtown as a destination.
As you look ahead with this company, there's always a risk when you open a business, but now that things are starting to open up and people are so hopeful and want to get back out, do you think you're at a bit of an advantage right now?
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see a rebound effect. People are hungry to get back out. Fortunately, the governor just yesterday is going to relax mask mandates starting on Friday. Also capacity, at one point everything was closed down 100%, then it was 50%. Currently we're going to be at 75%, and we're hoping by June we'll be at 100% if everything continues to do good trend-wise.
Well, it's all good news right now. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Thank you, Patrick, for your time. So the name of this brewery will be Paddled South, like paddling in a kayak, and they'll be located on Main Street in High Point. They're opening at the end of May, and then you can check out more information on WFNYnews2.com. So it was interesting because I have been following this throughout the entire pandemic. We've been watching small businesses, and right now is when investors are starting to jump in because they can just see that opening up happening, and they think now is the key time to get in.
Yes, and I'm very excited to see downtown High Point growing and kind of getting a bit of a facelift. We saw High Point University kind of take over and revitalize some areas, and the High Point Rockers moved in, the Children's Museum in that area. So I think more people will be coming back to downtown High Point once businesses reopen because there's more to do.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to make. When I first got here, I'm asking people, where should I go? What should I do? Everyone's naming things in Greensboro or downtown Greensboro. So hearing that this is going to attract more people to downtown High Point, I'm looking even more excited to exploring that part of town.
And the Rockers are a newer add to downtown Greensboro as well. So now you can get kind of a 2-for-1 experience. You can stop by the brewery before the game or maybe after the game, and vice versa. But just a great attractions and new attractions to bring to High Point, and I'm glad to see they're getting some love out that way as well.
I want to know the difference between a brewery and a microbrewery. They just make less beer. Do you know, Chilton?
That is a good question. I guess I would think a microbrewery is just making unique flavors. Why is that different than a brewery that's making beer?
It's like more local and not like, providing beer on a mass scale.
Interesting. Well, if you join our Facebook conversation, you know anything about beer, please let us know.
I have to turn this way. The weather guard is so strong.
We can hear the wind.
You can hear anything. Speaking of that, let's talk about it, shall we? It's windy, and it's going to stay that way really through most of the day tomorrow. We're hoping by Friday night maybe it'll start to relax a little bit. Listen to that. You can hear it. To cover my mic. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures and see how things are going here. Overall, we've been warm today, right? 74, normal high, and we've seen temperatures around the 80-degree mark here in Greensboro, and that's not the official high, by the way, that you could have hit. This is an hourly reading. We might have hit an 81 or 82 at some point in between the hours. Probably did, in my opinion. But 85 in toward the Raleigh area, and you've got some 70s along the coast where they get that sea breeze, some upper 70s. Planning forecast though for your Friday. By the way, an overnight shower or two, an isolated shower expected as this front moves by. Not a major deal, but something to look out for. But by midday tomorrow, we're at 70 degrees. The high temperature we expect at 77, and we'll cool it back down though for a while. It's really a tale of two totally different days for your weekend. Notice the clouds building in. You can see that frontal boundary as it gets closer to us. That's the rain overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, an early morning sprinkle, not out of the question. After that, we see much better condition. Your weekend, sunny to partly cloudy both days, 72 Saturday, 80 on Sunday. It is beautiful. Long range forecast after that. Next week, it's a summer-like outlook. Low to mid 80s for highs. We've got a slight chance of a pop-up late-day shower or storm. Again, just like you get in the summer. Those aren't all-day rains. And keep in mind, Hopper's in town. I believe that's opening day for Tuesday there with a high of 84 degrees. Looks good, really, over the next week.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hello, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hi there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's too dark. I'm getting a light, guys.
Hey, Mike Check. Manning said if you think it's too dark right now, he's going to get a light. Don't you worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Verbatim. Those are his words.